What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Did y'all hear Megyn Kelly, the resident racist? All right, the classical old media racist, talk shit about Haiti. You know, you see how proud she was. You see how her racism just protrudes out of her chest because she feel like she got a free card because these Haitians are not African American. And you see how people like Tariq Nasheed and FBA, since they have the same ideological and political talking points as white Christian racist conservatives. You see how Megyn Kelly is comfortable talking about a group of black people, right? In a country with a whole bunch of black people because she thinks that us African Americans and the Haitians are separate because of what she hear online with a bunch of incels who put a battery in her back thinking it's okay. You see how she's pumping her nationalistic ideology, right? That in the middle, in the center, is a clump of racism. No, you suck on the nationality until you get down to the racism, all right? Like, I really wish Megyn Kelly and people like her will go back to where she come from. That's what I wish. We don't need people like her in our societies. She doesn't want to assimilate. You see, these racist Neanderthals don't want to assimilate to humanity. They don't want to assimilate to civility. They don't want to assimilate to civilized living and advanced thought and human excellence. They don't want to assimilate. Let's send all the Megyn Kellys and all the people who think like her, let's send them back to Europe and put them, stuff their asses back in them dark, dingy ass, water-infested caves that they come from. Stick them back in them caves of Europe. They don't belong. White people, you are not indigenous to North America. White people, you are not indigenous to Australia. White people, you are not indigenous to South Africa. White people, you are not indigenous to Canada. White people, you are not indigenous to Central or South America. Okay? White people, you are from the peninsula of Asia. Not a continent you guys pretend like you have. You don't have a continent. All right? Europe does not fit the definition of a continent. All right? It's a peninsula of Asia. You round-eyed Asians who think like Megyn Kelly, a subhuman barbarian, right? They need to go back to Europe and go help support the Europeans maintain Europe for the Europeans because, her superior race and her superior culture is losing over there in her homeland. The homeland that they're currently about to celebrate on 4th of July that they fought a whole war to detach themselves from because they didn't want to share the spoils of slavery with the crown. Capitalism. I mean, why do these white people really believe they're from here? What? They are the first criminal illegal aliens on the planet everywhere. They're the most violent, undesirable, culturalist groups of hominids on the planet. She's talking about America. What American culture, Megyn? Huh? You talking about black culture? African American culture? You talking about black culture? Because I've yet to hear any white culture. What is that? Racism? You're displaying your white culture right now. Her ignorance displays her culture. There's no such thing as white culture. There's no American culture. There's only African culture that's been brought over to the Americas. That's it. There's African American culture. And then you got Latino culture and Asian culture, which you Europeans who have no culture because you gave up you fought a war to get rid of your culture. You fought a war against your culture to have no culture, to be plain Jane, vanilla white nothingness, empty vessels, soulless individuals. You have no culture. Your culture is a culture of slavery. Nobody wants to be a part of your culture. The problem is you guys don't want to be a part of the human culture. You guys need to go back where you come from. No one wants to tolerate your ignorance that comes out of your mouths. But anyway, let's listen to this subhuman barbarian. She's a savage. She's not intelligent. She's a subhuman. And let's listen to what subhumans say, right? So we can recognize subhumans when subhumans are opening their mouths. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, tweet something. I'm out.
Go home. Get out. We know our country's better than yours. That's because we filled it with our work ethic and our culture and our values. You being here only dilutes it for us, those who built it and live it. And half of you people, more than half, you won't assimilate. We don't want you. We don't care if you're offended. Get out. Go home. Go back to Haiti.
Okay, recently, media commentator Megyn Kelly went on a rant about Haitian migrants under TPS. It's a classic narrative, the idea that America was built exclusively by one group and that everyone else is just a dilution. But history and policy have a funny way of completely obliterating rhetoric when you lay out the actual data. Let's look at the tape and check the receipts.
And look, this has been going on for over a dozen years. Go home. Get out. We know our country's better than yours. That's because we filled it with our work ethic and our culture and our values.
Let's talk about the literal dirt you were born on, Megyn. You were born on November 18th, 1970 in Champaign, Illinois, and your ancestors came over from Ireland, Italy, and Germany. But long before your family ever arrived in the Midwest, the crown jewel of Illinois, Chicago, was founded. In the 1770s, the very first permanent settlement, the first home, and the entire trading infrastructure at the mouth of the Chicago River was built by Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable. And he was a free black man born in St. Mark, Haiti. So the economic engine of the state where you took your first breath literally exists because a Haitian man laid its very first bricks. So whose work ethic are we talking about again?
You being here only dilutes it for us, those who built it and live it.
Huh? Dilutes it? Let's talk about who physically built America's most iconic historic cities. During the Haitian Revolution between 1791 and 1804, thousands of Haitian refugees, both free people of color and skilled laborers, fled the island and landed in American ports. In Norfolk, Virginia, and Charleston, South Carolina, Haitian brick masons and master craftsmen completely revitalized the local economy, physically building and designing the classic federal-style architecture. Architecture tourists still pay to look at today. In New Orleans, Louisiana, in 1809, a single wave of 9,000 Haitians arrived, instantly doubling the city's population. They didn't dilute the culture, they created it. They built the printing presses, established the early newspapers, introduced Creole cuisine, engineered the famous shotgun-style houses, and built the city's legendary theater and the city's opera culture. New Orleans isn't New Orleans without Haiti. They didn't dilute American culture. They built the foundation of it.
And half of you people, more than half, you won't assimilate. We don't want you. We don't care if you're offended. Get out. Go home. Go back to Haiti.
It's ironic you mentioned assimilation, like the American identity is completely separate from Haiti. Early Americans revered Haitian work ethic and independence so much, they literally named their own communities after it. Right after the Civil War, newly freed African Americans built a hyper-prosperous, self-sufficient business district in Durham, North Carolina. These were land-owning citizens that built their own banks, hospitals, bus and taxi systems, creating what Booker T. Washington called Black Wall Street. They named it the Haiti District, using the historic 19th century spelling of the country, because Haiti was their ultimate global beacon of self-determination and grit. Even down in the Boot Heel of Missouri, settlers found a town in 1894 explicitly named Haiti. Today, the Haiti Indians high school football team still runs out under the Friday night lights carrying that name. The name Haiti has been woven into the spirit of American towns and sports for over a century. And they didn't need to assimilate to American values. They actually inspired them.
Message.
You claim this country is better because of an isolated American effort. But the sheer size of the United States was bought with Haitian blood. Let's look at 1803. Napoleon Bonaparte sent his finest imperial army to crush the revolution of Haiti. They utterly got destroyed. And Napoleon's dream of a French empire in America, that also got destroyed. It's why Napoleon turned to Thomas Jefferson and sold the Louisiana Territory for pennies on the dollar. The Louisiana Purchase instantly doubled the size of the United States overnight, carving out 15 future states. America became a continental superpower because Haitian soldiers fought and died for their own freedom. And how did the Western world reward them? France forced Haiti to pay 150 million francs in reparations just to recognize their independence. Haiti was forced to pay off that crushing illegal debt till 1947. It drained their economy and starved the infrastructure for over a century, while the United States grew wealthy off of the very lands that Haiti's victory made available.
I'm thinking about our friends in Ohio who've been dealing with these TPS Haitians for years now, who are drunk driving all over their towns and killing people. This is the whole cats and dogs thing. Like, they don't want to live like Americans live.
Let's look at the actual data coming out of Springfield, instead of the internet rumors. When the influx of Haitian migrants happened, local officials, including Springfield Police Chief Allison Elliott and Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, addressed public safety head-on. The data showed that traffic accidents did rise, not because of an influx of drunk drivers, but because thousands of new residents came from a country with completely different driving infrastructures and needed to be integrated into the U.S. licensing system. And the local community didn't find people who refused to live like Americans. They found people lining up around the block at the BMV, taking driving classes and working with the local nonprofits to get properly licensed and insured. And as for work ethic, local business owners in Springfield publicly stated that their manufacturing boom happened because Haitian workers were filling vacancies that were leaving factories empty. They came to work, pay taxes, and buy homes.
And this was supposed to be temporary help. And it's turned into another backdoor way of allowing someone permanent residency here. And they take advantage of all of our public service.
Let's break down TPS, because calling it a backdoor to permanent residency is flat out false. TPS is a legal designation granted by the U.S. government to people from countries that are dealing with catastrophes like wars and ongoing natural disasters. It does not grant a green card, it does not grant citizenship, and it is monitored and renewed by the Department of Homeland Security. And regarding taking advantages of public services, to maintain TPS, recipients have to pay hundreds of dollars in filing and biometric fees out of pocket just to register. Furthermore, TPS holders are legally barred from receiving the vast majority of federal public assistance, including food stamps, Medicaid, and welfare. Instead, TPS holders are required to get a work authorization document. They pay federal, state, and local income tax, plus sale and property taxes, funding the very public services they are accused of draining, all while contributing billions of dollars to the US GDP annually without ever being guaranteed the right to stay permanently. So, when media voices try to rewrite history and paint Haitian people as a detriment to American society, remember the timeline. From the founder of Chicago to the expansion of the American West, from the architecture of the South to the tax dollars funding our modern infrastructure, Haitian resilience, labor, and value did not dilute America. It built it.
Message.
Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share this with someone who needs a history lesson. And let's keep the facts straight.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.